I'm the town crier.
Town crier? I thought that went out with the Revolutionary War. Yeah, today we've got radio, newspapers, TV.
Not where I'm from. My village is so far away from everything that we don't even have telephones. So everyone depends on me, the town crier, to bring them the news.
Hey, take it easy, pal. Yeah, a town crier doesn't have to cry tears. It's just to cry out the news. That's all.
You mean I won't lose my job if I don't cry?
No, but we all may lose our jobs if we don't get back to the court to cover that trial. You got a point, pal. Let's go. Our readers and listeners are depending on us. Extra
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to this long-awaited trial. A trial in which 3 Porcine residents of Jurisdiction A have filed charges against a Canis Lupus of Jurisdiction B.
Say what?
3 pigs are suing a wolf.
Why didn't you say so?
I did, in so many words.
Too many words if you ask me.
As clerk of court, it is my duty to employ polysyllabic utterances. Use big words. Who are you people anyway?
I'm a reporter. I'm a newscaster.
I'm a town crier.
We're standing by to cover the trial.
You may stand by if you wish, but you'll have to do it sitting down in the designated media repositories,
Say where?
in the seats reserved for the press. Next, we present participants in today's trial. I have here a list of jurors and a description of each. They will now enter the courtroom, introduce themselves, then take their places in the jury box. We will begin with Little Miss Muffet.
I'm Little Miss Muffet. I sat on a tuffet, eating my curds and whey. When a friend had spied me, he sat down beside me, and we both went out to play. I'm Little Red Riding Hood, and I'm always very good. I'm kind to others, especially grandmothers, whom I often visit, as I should.
I'm Old King Cole. A merry old toll, you see. I called for my pipe, I called for my bowl, I called for my fiddlers 3.
I'm Jack. I'm Jill. We went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
I'm Mistress Mary. I'm, quite merry. I have a garden in which I grow silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row.
I'm Little Bo Peep. I tend my sheep, keeping them safe and sound. If I leave them alone, they'll come home, and to me, they'll gather around.
I'm Jack Sprat. I eat no fat. I'm his wife, eat no lean. And so, between us both, we eat the platter clean.
I'm Tom, Tom the Piper's son. I had a pig,
enjoyed the view from there all winter, spring, and fall.
I'm Cinderella, a poor serving maid. My clothes are quite shabby, I'm afraid. They're not very nice, but they'll have to suffice, since I never ever seem to get paid.
Thank you, jurors all. Next, we present the plaintiffs, those who filed the charges, Amadeus, Marcellus, and Barbara Sue Page. Thank you, Pigs. If you'll please be seated. Next, we call the defendant, the one who stands accused, Wellington Wolfe III.
Hey everybody, just call me Wally. My card. Wally's my name, entertainment's my game. Parties, weddings, special occasions. I also do singing telegrams. Would you like to hear a few bars of...
Mr. Wolfe, please enter your plea.
Oh yes, sorry. I'm innocent, I say. Not guilty in any way. And when the facts are clear, I'm out of here. I'll be free this very day. Oh, you're judging that. Who's that?
The final and most important member of our court today, Judge Wise O. Al. All rise, all rise.
Hiya, Judge. Old pal. Wellington Wolfe III here, but all my friends just call me Wally, my guard. Special bargains for members of the bar mitzvahs, and barbecues. I also do singing telegrams. Would you like to hear a few bars? Order in the court. Let's get on with the trial.
All may be seated as we begin the proceedings with a wise saying from Judge Wise O. Al.
He who is without transgression has no need for transmission.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Oh. He who is without transgression has no need for a confession. Very wise, Your Honor. Of course it's wise. What else would you expect from Judge Wise O.L.? All my sayings are now in my new book. Wise sayings by Judge Wise O.L. On sale, outside the courtroom. Proceeds go to charity. And now, the trial begins.
Hello, Chief. We're underway. The pigs have blood in their eyes. What? Hey, it's my job to get readers. Bulletin from the court. The wolf is drooling like a madman.
Huh?
It's my job to get listeners.
Hear ye, hear ye. The jury has entered the courtroom, and the wolf and pigs are ready for the trial.
That's all.
It's my job to tell the truth.
He's not long for this business.
I am now passing out the affidavits, meaning the sworn statements of Amadeus Marcellus and Barbara Sue Pig. On this table are exhibits which are to be used for presenting their side of the story. We will ask some of the jurors and the forest friends to assist us. Now, let us begin the story of the pigs. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. The pigs lived together in a comfortable little cottage, but before long it was time for them to go out and seek their fortunes. On the day they were to leave, their mother came out. Mrs. Spratt, you are to play the part of the mother, as it says in the margin of your affidavit.
Oh, yes, that's me. Sorry.
On the day they were to leave, their mother came out and kissed them goodbye.
Goodbye, my tears. Since our cottage is so small, it's time for you to home to your own. Good fortune to all of you.
Exhibit A. Oh yes, that's me. Sorry.
But before you go, I have a little something. A bit of food and money for each of you. Thank you, Mother dear. And finally, I will leave you each with a piece of advice. Beware of the big bad wolf.
I object, Your Honor. This one is trying to prejudice the jury. Overruled. You'll get a chance to tell your side of the story when this one is over. Proceed.
And now, goodbye, my little ones. And don't forget your dear old mother.
I was in my high school drama club. So the three little pigs set off to seek their fortunes. It wasn't long before they met peddlers selling straw. Tom, that's you.
Oh, yeah. Yo, straw here, get your straw right here. Hello, good sir. Do you think I could build a house out of that straw? Build a house out of this straw? In a New York setting. You have enough for a scarecrow and a new garden wheel. That's delightful. Thank you.
So the first little pig paid the peddlers and built a house of straw. Straw house?
This is a very nice house, Amadeus. Thank you, Marcellus. And good luck to both of you in building your houses.
So the two little pigs continued their journey until they met a second peddler selling sticks.
Sticks! Don't be without your sticks!
Excuse me, good peddler. Do you think I might build a house out of those sticks?
Are you kidding? Look at all the people who live in the sticks. Every one of them came from me.
Very well. I shall build my house out of sticks.
So the second little pig paid the peddler and built a house of sticks. Stick house?
This is a very nice house, Marcellus. Thank you, Barbara Sue. And good luck to you in building your house.
So the third little pig continued her journey until she met a man selling bricks.
Cucumbers, cauliflower, cottage cheese.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I gave you my grocery list instead of an affidavit. Here you go. I'm on a diet, you see. Cauliflower, cottage cheese, that sort of thing. Continue.
Bricks. I got your bricks right here. Good bricks, gold bricks, brick bats, old hats, flying dice, batter up, batter's box, hat box, coal mines, loads of coal, loads of stone, loads of lead, and loads of bricks. I got 'em.
Isn't he wonderful? We met in the drama club. You say you have bricks, good sir?
Uh-huh.
And bricks make good houses.
Yeah.
So the third little pig paid the peddler and built a house of bricks. Brick house? Now it wasn't long before the big bad wolf came to where the three little pigs had built their houses. Mr. Wolf, that's you. And play your part exactly as it says in your affidavit.
All right. Well. We've got some new residents in the neighborhood, eh? I think I'll have them over for dinner. My dinner. And I'll start right here. Straw. Where does he think he is? Hawaii? Little pig, let me come in. The wolf!
in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll hop, and I'll pop, and I'll blow your house in. Oh no! Oh yes. So he hopped, hop, and he popped, pop, and he blew the house in. Time for some bacon.
But before the wolf could get to the pig, he ran next door to his brother's house.
Marcellus! Marcellus! The wolf is after me! Let me in, then lock the door! Sticks. Might not be as easy to blow down as the other house, but it'll still be a piece of cake. Or should I say, a piece of ham. Little pig, let me come in. The wolf! I said little pigs, let me come in. Now by the hair of my chinny chin chins. Then I'll hop, and I'll pop, and I'll blow your house in. Oh no! Oh yes! So he hopped, hop, and he popped, pop, and he blew the house in. Time for some sausage.
But before the wolf could get to the pigs, they ran next door to their sister's house.
Bomber Sue! The wolf is after us! Let us in and lock the door! Bricks. Might not be as easy to blow down as the other two houses, but I do like a challenge. Little pigs, let me come in. The wolf! I said little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins. Then I'll hop, and I'll pop, and I'll blow your house in. Oh no! Oh yes! So he hopped, hop, and he popped, pop, and he blew the house in. And he blew the house in. And he blew the house in. I guess he didn't blow his house in after all.
I knew it all the time. A sturdy house withstands mishaps. Even a wolf can't make it collapse.
Sorry, Pig, but that's my wife's thing. Number 917. But we'll let it slide, provided you buy my book outside.
Of course, Your Honor.
Proceeds charity.
So Wellington Wolf went back to his den, dragging his tail behind him.
Wait a minute. That's not how it ended. What about the boiling pot of water in my poor bird's tail?
I'm sorry, but that concludes the affidavit of the pigs. We'll get to your story in a moment. Thank you, forest friends. At this time, we shall take a brief recess.
Hello, Chief. The pigs are suing the wolf for all he's worth. What? It's my job to sell papers. Remember? Light bulletin from the court. The wolf is pleading for his life.
Huh?
It's my job to get listeners. Remember?
Hear ye, hear ye. We have just heard the affidavit of the pigs.
That's all.
It's my job to tell the truth.
I bet this village is warming up to a new town crier right now.
I'll try a little harder next time.
Order in the court. We have heard the story of the pigs. Let us give the wolf his turn.
Now we'll hear the real story.
You'll find the wolf's affidavit on the other side of the sheet that I originally handed you. It begins with the mother bidding her children goodbye. The mother, please.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Oh, my dear little ones. I do wish you would stay with your poor old mother just a little longer. Dry up, Mother. We want to get out of here. We're tired of the chores and stuff. Wait a minute! We didn't say that! We wouldn't say that!
But it's in the wolf's affidavit. It is sworn testimony.
He wasn't there. How did he know what we said? I was, behind a nearby tree doing my morning Tai Chi.
I'm afraid we must present the wolf's side of the story just as we did yours. Continue, please, and play your parts with feeling.
Well, with my old lady.
We'll come for a visit at Christmas time. Yeah, to pick up our presents.
Oh, before you go, I have a little something, a bit of food and money for each of you.
This feels pretty light to me.
My favorite promise had better be in. Hey, they got more than me. Did not tell you. Children, please don't fight. Do you want to see your mother cry again?
Nah, we'll be good.
Till we get out of sight.
Please write to me.
We never learned how to write, remember?
That's true. Your words fell from school on your very first day. Goodbye, my little ones. I'll miss you.
I was Juliet in my senior class play.
Now, the next part of his affidavit goes the same as the pigs. How they met the peddlers and built their houses, so we will ask the forest friends to resume their house positions. Quickly, please. We will take it from the wolf.
Exhibit E. Well, it'll be D. What do I see? 3 new homes. All be neighborly. I'll come to call and welcome them all with food and gifts and charity. Little pig, let me come in.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
But I have gifts and goodies to welcome you.
Keep your goodies to yourself, Pickle Nose. This ought to get rid of him. A little snootful of black pepper. Take a whiff of this, Wolfie, old boy.
But I'm afraid I'll sniff and I'll snort and I'll sneeze your house in.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
So he sniffed,
Sniff.
and he snorted,
Snort.
and he sneezed the house in.
Criminy creeps! Look what you've done to my house. Now I'll have to move in with my brother.
I'm terribly sorry.
So the first little pig went to go live with the second little pig.
Marcellus, make room for me. The welcome wagoners blew down my house.
I so didn't mean for that to happen. Maybe I can make it up to them. Little pigs, let me come in.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chins.
But I just wanted to welcome you with these gifts and goodies.
Keep your handouts to yourself, bottle beef. This ought to take care of him. Little snootful of Grand Pig's dipping stuff. Take a sniff of this, Wolfie, old boy.
But I'm afraid I'll sniff and I'll snort and I'll sneeze your house in.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
So he sniffed,
Sniff.
and he snorted,
Snort.
and he sneezed the house in. Jeez Louise, look what you've done to my house. Now we'll have to move in with our sister.
My humble apologies.
So the two little pigs went to go live with the third little pig.
Hey, Barbara Sue, make room for us. My house is like a zoo right into the ground.
Oh dear, I've done it again, and I so want to make amends. Little pigs, let me come in.
Not by the
hair
hair
of our chinny chin chins.
But I just wanted to be kind and welcome you with my presents.
Keep your charity to yourself, Cyrano. This ought to get rid of him. A little noseful of blossoming ragweed. Take a breath of this, Wolfie, old boy. Hay fever time!
But I'm afraid I'll sniff and I'll snort and I'll sneeze your house in.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
So he sniffed,
Sniff.
and he snorted,
Snort.
and he sneezed the house in. And he sneezed the house in. And he sneezed the house in.
Guess he didn't seize the house in after all.
I built my house of good strong bricks, and they built theirs of straw and sticks. Theirs blew down, but mine didn't fall, so I'm the smartest pig of all. Or not!
Little pigs, Thank you.
Anytime.
Excuse me, little pigs.
Are you still out there?
With my gifts and goodies.
We'll never get rid of him. Wait, I've got an idea.
So the three little pigs hatched up a plan to outwit the wolf. If someone would please bring in Exhibit F to the third little pig's house. Thank you.
Sounds good to me, sister.
Might just work, Barbara Sue. Hey you, Cucumber Nose.
She must be referring to me.
We'd love to have you come in, but the front door seems to be stuck. Why don't you climb up the roof and come down the chimney?
We'll give you a warm reception.
A real warm reception.
Why, that's very neighborly of you.
So the three little pigs filled a pot with water and placed it on top of the fireplace underneath the chimney. Soon the water began to boil.
Yoo-hoo! I'm just about on top of the roof.
Good. Now slide down the chimney. Real easy like.
Okay, here I go. Whee! Oops. What did I just land in? It feels like a pot with water in it. With hot water in it. With boiling hot water in it. Ow! Ow, my tail! My tail!
And that, according to the wolf's affidavit, concludes the end of the story.
That's how it was. It's a lie. Yeah, then what happened to my tail? Half the fur is burnt off.
You're probably just going bald.
Tails can't go bald.
Yes, they
All cry.
Thank you. Anytime. We have now heard the story of the pigs and the wolf. At this time, the jury will deliberate and render a decision, after which I, Judge Wise Owl, will pass sentence.
Hello, Chief. The jury's deliberating and the pigs are fidgeting with fear. We're not fidgeting. I gotta sell papers. Late bulletin from courtside. The jury's deliberating and the wolf is trembling with terror.
I'm not trembling.
I gotta get listeners.
Hear ye, hear ye. The jury's deliberating, and the defendant and plaintiffs are awaiting the verdict. Hear ye, hear ye. The plaintiffs are in intent, the defendant's in a frenzy, and the jury's in a fury.
What? Not bad.
Thanks. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this.
We have a verdict, Your Honor.
Jury, you say you have a verdict.
We do, Your Honor.
The defendant will please rise.
Hi, folks. Sure is a nice day. Wouldn't want to spoil it, especially for me.
Quiet, please. We will now hear the verdict.
We have found that Wellington the Third, you can just call me Wally. Very well. We have found that Wally is guilty!
Guilty!
Guilty.
Oh no, woe is me.
Thank you, jury. I will now pass sentence.
We're not through, Your Honor.
There's more.
Now they'll accuse me of depleting the ozone layer.
We also find the pigs guilty too.
What are we guilty of? Building your houses of fragile straw and flimsy sticks. You should have been more resourceful.
But I built my house out of bricks, so I'm innocent. Of the first charge, yes, but not of the second. And what's that? The boiling pot of water that burned the wolf? We didn't believe most of his tale, but we did believe his tail. The one he carries around with him.
It still hurts to this day, and I'm still missing patches of fur.
But the pot of boiling water was the only way to keep him from eating us up. Perhaps, but because you didn't include that on your affidavit, you are guilty of withholding evidence. You should have contacted the authorities instead of putting it into your own hands, as it says here.
to look outside before the trial began, Your Honor. I hope you'll sign it for me.
Of course. Glad to. And did I mention the proceeds of my book would go to charity?
Yes.
Yes, I did mention it. Very well. I will now pass sentence. The wolf will help rebuild the houses he blew down, and the pigs will help patch up the wolf's tail. Finally, we must become good neighbors who get along and agree on things. So get together right now and decide how you will satisfy these sentences.
All right. If you insist.
Hello, Chief. The jury has found the wolf and the pigs guilty. Who knows where it will all end? Late bulletin from courtside. The judge has sentenced the wolf and the pigs. The court is in an uproar.
Hear ye, hear ye. The wolf and the pigs are going to prison where they will spend the rest of their lives.
What?
Hey, that wasn't too hard. And to think I learned it all from you two.
We're ready, Your Honor.
You've found a way to satisfy your sentences?
I will help the pigs rebuild their houses with stones and logs.
And we will cure the wolf's tail with the soothing ointment of Vaseline and Rogaine.
Furthermore, as you decreed, we will get along and agree on things.
In fact, we've already come to our first agreement.
And that is?
We've decided we're not the only ones guilty here today.
The jury is guilty too.
I will ask the wolf and the pigs to explain this accusation.
Gladly, Your Honor. We request the court's permission to examine the descriptions of the jurors.
Permission granted. Clerk?
Now, let us look at what the jurors told us.
Or better yet, didn't tell us. We shall begin with Little Miss Muffet.
Me? But I've done nothing wrong.
Oh no? Little Miss Muffet sat in the tuffet eating her curds and whey.
That's right. And when a friend had spied me, he sat down beside me and we both went out to play.
That's not what it says here. Little Miss Muffet sat in the tuffet eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away.
All right, I admit, but it's the spider who was guilty. I was the one who was frightened away.
Maybe it was you who frightened the spider away. Maybe all the spider wanted was a little friendship. Didn't you ever read Charlotte's Web?
Guilty. Discrimination against spiders. Next.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Me? But I'm always very good. I'm kind to others, as you may know, especially my grandmother, whose house I often go.
Except for that last visit. You know the one I'm talking about.
I do?
According to the sheet, you stopped and talked to a wolf. It wasn't me. It was my conniving cousin, Carlisle.
But the wolf seemed very nice.
He was until he gobbled up your grandmother.
Guilty. Talking to strangers. Next.
Old King Cole.
But I'm a merry old soul. A merry old soul, you see. I called for my pipe, I called for my bowl, I called for my fiddler's three. What's wrong with that?
You say you called for your pipe, eh?
That's right.
And what did you do with that pipe?
I smoked it, of course. That's what pipes are for.
Yes, but not in a smoke-free castle.
Guilty. Air pollution is a smoke-free palace. Next.
Jack and Jill.
But we only went up a hill.
To fetch a pail of water.
Jack fell down and broke his crown.
And Jill came tumbling after.
Hear that, Your Honor? Jack broke his crown. See where this is leading?
I think I do. Guilty. Impersonating a king.
But Your Honor, crown is just another word for head.
Taking a side, eh? I charge you with being an accessory after the fact.
What does that mean?
I never understood it myself, but I do know it means you're guilty.
I be guilty? I simply tend my sheep.
Listen to what this says. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, dragging their tails behind them. She lost her sheep. And what were you doing when you were supposed to be tending those sheep?
I was only doing my nails and my hair. It takes ages for me to get these curls just right.
Guilty. Dereliction of duty. And don't ask what that means either. Next.
Mistress Mary.
Why me? I'm very merry.
You're anything but Mary. Aren't you, instead, quite contrary?
I said I'm very merry.
Quite contrary.
Very merry.
Quite contrary.
Very merry.
Quite contrary.
Alright, so I am quite contrary. What's it to you, fatso? If you're gonna make something of it, I'll come over there and knock your block off.
Guilty.
But with a body like that?
And bodily harm.
But with a body like that, what type of harm could you do?
Next.
The Sprats.
We've done nothing wrong. I, Jack Sprat, eat no fat. I, his wife, eat no lean. And so, between us both, we eat the platter clean.
Don't you mean lick the platter?
Well, I'm actually guilty of something, but that's just...
The forks are all dirty. But, because he forgot to do the dishes. It was his night. No, dear, it was your night. On Monday and Wednesday and Friday.
you're not.
This ain't way to...
Improper etiquette, dirty dishes. Next.
Tom Tom, the Piper's son.
Why me? I simply had a pig, and away I run.
Correction. Tom Tom, the Piper's son, stole a pig and away he runs.
Guilty. Petty theft and bad grammar. Next.
Humpty Dumpty.
I'm totally innocent. I sat on a wall. I enjoyed the view from there all winter, spring, and fall.
But what about summer, Humpty? You didn't mention that.
A mere oversight, of course.
You didn't mention summer, because it was just last summer when Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great ball. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
The cracks still show.
It was your carelessness atop that wall that put all the king's horses and all the king's men at risk. Riding you up that hill, putting you back on that wall, just to get you together again.
But all I did was dial 911. I didn't know they'd send the whole royal regiment.
Guilty. Reckless endangerment of man and beast. Next.
Cinderella.
But I'm just a poor-serving maid who's called to my shabby, I'm afraid.
It's true. You were treated badly by your stepmother and stepsisters. But one night, you had it all. A beautiful gown, glass slippers, a golden carriage driven by dazzling white horses. You went to a ball at a palace and even danced with the handsome prince. But suddenly, you ran away. Why? Why?
Just because the clock struck midnight, my gown was turning to rags, my coat to a pumpkin, my horses to mice.
Sounds like a fairy tale to me.
Don't you see? I had to run. I couldn't let the prince see me that way. I didn't want to leave, but I had to. I even had to hop all the way back to my horrible home. I lost one of my slippers at the palace.
Guilty. Leaving the scene of a shoe.
A slipper, did you say?
Yes?
A glass slipper, perhaps? Like this one?
Why, I do believe that's the one. Wherever did you get it?
From my son, the prince. We've been looking all over for the foot that fits the slipper.
May I try on?
I suppose. Clerk, take the shoe from the king, put it on the girl.
I guess this makes me a shoe clerk. Then again, maybe not.
It fits perfectly.
At last, we found the foot that fits.
fits the slipper. Bertram will be so happy.
Who's Bertram?
My son, the prince. You will marry him, of course.
If he'll have me looking like this.
Nonsense, my dear. We'll have you in a new outfit in no time. My wife, the queen, owns a little boutique on the side.
What shall I do with the slipper?
I think I've got one to cover this. If the shoe fits.
Wear
it. Right, number 615. Wise sayings, on sale, charity.
I will announce the wedding tomorrow.
Not so fast. The wedding will have to wait. I found the defendant, the plaintiffs, and the jury guilty.
They're not the only ones, Your Honor.
There's somebody else?
These three, the reporter, newscaster, and town crier, have filled this trial with sensationalism.
Oh, goody. I knew we were sensational.
Not sensational. Sensationalism.
What's that?
A preoccupation with exploitation designed to shock and startle,
Huh?
stretching the truth.
Guilty as charged. Now for the sentencing.
Not quite, Your Honor.
There's somebody else?
The clerk. She seems like a nice lady, but uses difficult words when simpler ones would suffice.
It's nice to have a good vocabulary, but you should say what you mean and mean what you say.
Sorry, clerk, but they're right. You're guilty of, what's the word?
Obfuscation? Using extraneous words.
Exactly. The charge is of what she said. Now, at last, I can pass the sentence.
Sir, Your Honor,
What is it now?
there's one more guilty.
Impossible. I passed verdicts against the wolf, the pig, the jury, the press, and the clerk. There's no one left.
Except.
Woo! Me? Me? The judge? How can the judge be guilty? He's the one who determines the guilt.
And if he is guilty of something, he should be the first to admit it.
What could I be guilty of? No one in this courtroom has anything on me.
But maybe someone outside the courtroom does. We will now call in a surprise witness. Exhibit G.
Hi, everybody. It's little old me, the cutest girl you ever did see. I'm sweet as fudge, and I love the judge, because I'm his daughter, Charity! Charity? Charity?
As in, all proceeds go to charity?
Well, kids do need lots of money these days. At least mine does. Anyway, I'm still not guilty. I told the truth. I said the proceeds of my book would go to charity, and they are.
But we thought charity meant poor people, like those who need food and clothing.
I need food and clothing. Daddy, can I borrow $10 for pizza? And I need your credit card. There's a big sale at the mall today.
Honey, I'm afraid your spending spree has come to an end. Starting tomorrow, don't allow it. $5 a week.
What? You mean just like all the other kids? I'll die!
Charity. Dear. I'll teach you how to live on practically nothing a week.
Hey, cool rats. You know that's the gap?
You like them? I got a whole bag full. They're yours.
Ruby.
Well, Judge, what do you have to say to the charge?
I guess I will admit, I'm partly guilty. I didn't tell the whole truth, which is the same thing as telling a lie.
Well, I guess everyone here is guilty of something.
Maybe that's where we get the expression, nobody's perfect.
That's a wise saying. Wish I'd said it. And speaking of wise sayings, the proceeds of my book will go to charity, the real kind. Now for the sentencing. Since all of us today are guilty, my judgment applies to us all. First, when we are wrong, we must admit we are wrong and try to make it right. Second, we must not be so quick to find faults in others, since we have faults in ourselves. I'm afraid I'm not true. Finally, we must all serve time.
Where, Your Honor? And for how long?
In my chamber for 1 whole hour. We're going to celebrate our sentences with a punchy cookie party. But before we go, the press will make its final announcement from the courtroom.
Hello, Chief. The trial is over. The wolf and pigs have sworn vengeance, have sworn to help each other and become good neighbors. And that's the truth. Late bulletin from the court. The trial is over. Everybody is guilty. We're going to try to do better. And that's the truth.
Eerie, eerie. The trial has ended. The courtroom has erupted into a frenzy. Has erupted into a friendly type of atmosphere. And that's the truth.
I now declare this court adjourned. Let us retire to my chambers, where the cookies and punch are waiting.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, Kinkle?
After the party, everyone is invited to the wedding between Miss Cinderella here and my son, the prince.
But I can't get married looking like this.
Nonsense, my dear. You should see Bertram. He's wearing cutoffs and a t-shirt. It's his day to wash and wax the royal chariot. We'll make this, come as you are wedding. Why, I may even put on an old pair of shorts and a tank top myself.
King, maybe you should leave your robe on.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, on to the party.
And after that, on to the wedding.
You'll be such a beautiful bride. Where did you get those rags?
It's a long story. I'll tell you about it sometime.